before I talk about the next topic, I wanna basically give my thoughts about this, and it's related to hashtag no dub no buy. And because some of the games that Namco Bandai is going to release in America, of course, like I said before, they won't have any dubs, such as One Piece Pirate Warrior. Ever since the first game, that never had a dub. They never did. The last time they did it was One Piece Unlimited Adventure for the Wii, but at the time that was only from Bandai. So, but ever since they merged with Namco, a lot of the business just changed. Different story. I already talked about it, but I want to give my thoughts about again because another company that's related to this is Tecmo Koei, and I was reading one of this forum about Dynasty Warrior 8, and of course people don't know if you if you're a fan or not. If you don't know, there is going to be Dynasty Warrior 8 coming the end of February in the US. But what happened in the beginning was in the beginning when they announced it, they said, "Oh, guess what? It'll be dub." And then finally, someone said, "Oh, we made a clarification. Excuse me, that it won't be." Once again, missed opportunity in my opinion, but kind of understandable to some extent because Dynasty Warrior 7 Empire did not have dub either. And like I said, because ever since Tecmo Koei merged, a lot of the Koei games weren't treating the same value as the Tecmo game, especially the Musou. And also, you gotta understand also, developing games for the PS3 and the PS4, I guess, is getting difficult than ever. Just look what happened to Evolve. And again, Ubisoft with Assassin's Creed Unity. We shall be talking about that later. So the cost is so high that they gotta find ways to make money. At the same time, not to give fans the middle finger, but as of right now, just sadly to say, no matter how they present the game, not all the fans are being happy. And here's my thoughts about it. Yeah, for me, I do prefer dub over sub. I did a rant about it because of Tales of Heart R, and that how I'm disappointed that unless it's a Dynasty Warrior game, they will no longer dub the game. But they did give the reason. Again, I even so that I would pay more, I would willing to pay more if the game is a complete package with dub. I do can understand whether I like it or not, the business side of it, the other side of the penny. Tecmo Koei games, the Musa game, they're probably not making a lot of money in the West. And again, gotta understand, you hear this word and you might not like it. Oh, it's business. It's a business. It's a business. And if you guys still don't know what that means, a lot of this company, even so they have passion to do what they do, that's what they work in the company. For some of them, probably most of them, they're there because they need to make money, gotta make a living, roof on their head, food on the table, support their family. So the key is you gotta make games that are gonna be profitable. If you break even, that's not good. If you lose and if it lost sales and you owe people money, that's not good. So that's the reason. It is kind of unfortunate for Tecmo Koei, for the Koei games now that less of their move sub games are becoming just only sub, unless it's Dynasty Warrior. Cause I thought too they were gonna basically reevaluate, saying that okay we're gonna dub the game again, but I guess from what I heard is their solution was unless it's a Dynasty Warrior game, either a Musa game, we're not gonna dub it anymore, or we're not gonna have voice. Like in the case of point with Hyrule Warrior, it's so. I'm sorry to say, it's so weird playing a game without any voice. It's just come on, it's weird. In the fast action paced game like any Muso game, you're gonna need voice to basically follow what's going on. But again, in the business side, sometimes company gotta dick around just to make money, just to make a profit. And for anyone to say what's the solution, how do we convince them to put dub? Well, convincing them to put dub probably gonna be hard. There's a lot of reasons you can do. One, you can vote with your wallet, say I'm not gonna support this, show them that oh I guess less people don't like it because there's no dub. Write email, send them a message. Go even old school, write a real letter, send it to them, say give your reason why in a mature way, hopefully. Well, petition might not work, but if you see there's a lot of signature, that they might consider it. And also another thing is it's a contradict to my other voting with your wallet is to buy their game. Show support. Say, you know what? I'm gonna help you, give you some money by buying this game, but hopefully next time you're gonna put dub. But again, in the end of the day, it's up to the company whether to do it. And if it's not in your preference, don't buy it. And if you want to make some deal, like I said, markdown. Wait until a markdown. There you go. That's so. That's my thoughts. My further thoughts about no dub, no buy situation. Are they gonna change? I wish in the long run, but as of right now, it's just gonna look like that. Most of the time, if they think the game doesn't sell well, they're not gonna put any dub in, such as Dynasty Warrior 8 Empire, One Piece, Pirate Warrior 3, and of course, Jumpstar Victory Plus. Because I already said my reason in a previous vlog about the reason is it's a licensed game. Okay, there you go. And I'm done with that. So with that, now I'll be talking about my thoughts on Assassin's Creed game as of right now, since the beginning to 2014. Iced tea. So, in general, what's my thoughts on Assassin's Creed game? Well, in general, I would say it's pretty good. I'm always having fun. Even the bad one's a good one. Actually, every time I play Assassin's Creed, I do enjoy them. Unfortunately, I can't make it 100% or get a platinum trophy because I'm the excuse me, because some of the challenges kind of hard or earning the trophies kind of hard. So, but the bottom line is the game is fun. I always enjoy it. I do play more. I do clocking a lot. I even do the side mission because. And maybe one of this day I'll do a Mega Mix Game Showcase Twitch on Assassin's Creed 4. Basically giving an explanation why for me it's sort of a fun game, but it's not for everyone. So for me it's pretty fun. And like I said, would you buy it? Well, and I'll always say this, if the game becomes markdown, that's when you should buy any game. Just saying, but if you're into it and you want the hype, then go ahead, buy it. But I would always suggest read other people's thoughts about it and reviews before getting it, because there are some bad ones, there are some good ones. So, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give my thoughts on the games that I have played, and are they good or not. Well, so here you go. First of all, the original Assassin's Creed. When the first came out, they introduced it. Ubisoft new IP, Assassin's Creed. Is the original good? Well, let's just say I can't really say good or bad because it's the first game. Let's just say this game basically is your, let's just say, a stepping stone to Assassin's Creed. If you want to know, excuse me, if you want to know how to play Assassin's Creed, play the first game because it'll actually teach you. And if you're an achievement fan, you might want to buy it for the 360 because the PS3 version don't have achievement or trophy, unfortunately. But the problem with that game really is it's not the story. The story is actually decent, and it's basically a common premise. You're an assassin. You have to go to each 3 region. There's a headquarters, and you have a target. So that's actually the premise there. That's much easier, basic. The downside is a lot of collectibles, and you can't find it in the map. You have to find it on your own. So that's kind of like the bummer side of it, the downside. And in excuse me, and in the Xbox, because there's achievement, that's actually an achievement to find flags, animes, crystal. I think I can remember it was a long time ago. But again, it's a stepping stone. It's a good game. Let's just say mediocre at best, but it is an instruction to know how to play the game. Alright, so let's go to the second one, Assassin's Creed 2 with Ezio. Better. The game is better. I enjoyed the game. I like Ezio. I like Roger Craig Smith's voice. So when I just think about this game, even though, like I said, Assassin's Creed should be a stepping stone to learn how to play the game, I think you probably could get away with also with Assassin's Creed 2 because these two hold you in the beginning. But the difference in this one is it's more story driven. The premise is not so much of I gotta find someone, kill like a mission, because there is a deeper story, and this character actually had a bad past. That's a story. And if you don't know, there's gonna be okay warning here. I'll try this to be spoiler free the best I can. But if you guys know Assassin's Creed, then you should know by now what happened. Let's just say Ezio's family. Some of them basically went away permanently. Let's just say that, and it is kind of sad, and that someone betrayed you. That's what the premise of Assassin's Creed 2. And then you find out that you're a bloodline of course, assassin, and it's up to you to kill the Templars. But the gameplay pretty good. Collectible again, not so much because you have to find it. It's not on the map. And the only gripe with this game is I think it's kind of BS in my opinion. Excuse me, is the Force DLC. There will be two sequences that they automatically it's not in the game, and you have to buy them. And the story for that one is that there's a glitch in the system that we gotta skip all the way to the end. That was dumb. And again, I know DLC sometimes they have to do it to make money, but this is dumb. I'm sorry. If it's part of the game, that is just no. Make it after the game, like an extra story. So again, would I recommend Assassin's Creed 2? Definitely better than 1 if you want to start there because a good story, good tragic story, good character development, and excuse me, excuse me, it's gonna be a long one. Good character development and good story. All right. So you say I want to know and learn more about Ezio. So there are two games, Brotherhood and Revelation. Okay, Brotherhood, not so much. It is a continuation from the first game. You are in a new city and you're basically still continuing to kill the Templar because one of the Templar there is basically related to the Templar in the last in Assassin's Creed 2. Okay game, story wise not so good as part 2. The new premise of creating a brotherhood, yeah, it's okay, but it's like something that you're playing right now with the companion app with Unity. So I would say if you could probably just skip that one. And the conclusion for the Ezio one, also Revelation, again, okay game, story not so wise, not so good. I mean, the premise with that one is he went to a new city to find basically not only the apple but the archive, because Revelation also is the conclusion of Altair's storyline. Yes, the thing about the interesting about Revelation is that if you bought it for the PS3, you do get a digital download version of Assassin's Creed to see who's Altair, because it basically gives the story of what happened to Altair in all the end. So you're playing with two characters, but mostly Ezio. But at the same time, when Ezio get this disc, the archive, he'll read it, and then then you get to play as Altair. So speaking of Altair, there is a direct sequel to Assassin's Creed 1 for the PSP. I forget the name for it, but I'll just say Assassin's Creed PSP. That game, I would say, stay away from it. It has really nothing to do with Assassin's Creed to some extent. The backstory is, like I said about Revelation with the archive, that's the story. The PSP one is that he gets the archive, and he also helped a Templar that becomes a assassin. That's what you'll notice in Revelation. Altair has kids, or let's just say he has children, because there is a character that's a key point in Assassin's Creed PSP. Alright, so we're done with Ezio, we're done with Altair now. But if you do play Revelation, there is a bit of spoiler in the end. They do tell you where to find the apple. or another apple, or another apple again. Because remember, there are multiple apples in Assassin's Creed lore, and they do take you, well, Assassin's Creed 3, which is the Americas, the American colony. Yes, when I heard about Assassin's Creed 3 is going to be about a U.S. history, George Washington, I was like, oh, this is going to be good. The story's going to be interesting. Play the game. Gameplay wise, because of the new environment, now you're like sort of a like colonial city, but of course you're in a forest. Gameplay wise, I think it went downward a bit, in my opinion. And story wise, okay, not so good. I'm sorry. Let's just say 1/4 of the game you play as the main character's dad. Oop, a bit of a spoiler there, but you'll find out why. And then you play as the main character, which is Connor. And basically the personality for Connor, I'm sorry to say, he sounds so boring, or should I say emo, to some extent. So that's the problem. I did finish the game, but it's basically him is revenge because of one guy who killed his mom. But the problem also is you are just playing a U.S. history, such as the Revolution, the American Revolution, the Boston Tea Party, you name it. That's what Assassin's Creed 3 is. So unfortunately, it wasn't that good. The hype was there, but in the end, it's like, not so good. I haven't yet played Assassin's Creed Liberation, which it takes place at the same time as Assassin's Creed 3. It's for the Vita, and also you can download the HD version. So I don't know, can't really give my opinion. But you know what? So once done, let's go back to the past in Assassin's Creed 4, from the American Revolution to the Age of the Pirate. So excuse me. So why is that called 4? Why is that a direct sequel to 3? Well, it's not really a direct. Well, actually, it is a direct, not so much of a sequel, but a prequel. Yes, it is a prequel. Before Connor Kenway, before Haytham Kenway, which is Connor's dad, you get to meet Haytham's dad and Connor's grandpa, Edward Kenway, a pirate. His premise basically is it's the age of the pirate. He was a pirate, left his family behind to go to the new world to see some treasure, and of course, in the end of the day, he stumbled upon the battle against the Assassin and Templar, and and now he's in the middle of it. The story is very good. I think, again, if you have a PS4 or heck even a PS3, here's another Assassin's Creed you should get. So far, Assassin's Creed 1, 2, and 4, the top 3 that I said I would recommend you people getting it because they're the best one to find. The stories are good, and because one of the new or a better feature, it was already introduced in 3, is ship battle, hunting, going to island, and you name it. So it's a pretty fun game. Traveling with a boat, searching for stuff. Same here. Like for me, I did all the side mission. Pretty good. And the interesting about Edward Kenway is he's the only guy that can use 4 guns. So that's where he is. So again, I would recommend getting 4 because what 3 offered, 4 offered it better. So that's Assassin's Creed 4. And then there's also a DLC that you get to play as Edward Kenway's first mate, an assassin called Adewale. Again, same deal, never played it. I might think about it in the long run. But also, if you have the PS3 version or the PS4 version, there is, from what I heard, there is an additional game in there, which you do play more as Evangeline. Like I didn't have to. I don't know why. I mean, I guess the game. Well, the game, I don't know if the game was too long. I think I just played it too much that I said I need a break from it. Then I never had a chance to play the Evangeline storyline, which is supposed to be a continuation from Liberation. And it's only exclusive for a Sony platform. So again, if you have a PS4 or PS3, you like pirates, you like Assassin's Creed, this is the game for you. Black Flag. So that was 2013. Now, 2014, Assassin's Creed. Finally, we heard a new next gen console Assassin's Creed called Unity. People might, in the beginning, people are hyped because you get to see Assassin's Creed in the next level of gameplay, mechanics, and graphics. And this time, well, the premise basically, at first, like, it's skeptical because they said, oh, it's going to be in France. Story wise, okay, here's what I thought about Assassin's Creed Unity. Is it a good game? If it's a good game, if you download all the patches, yes. And if you heard, yes, this been a big story. One of the problems with Assassin's Creed Unity was the game was released at a rush, that there were a lot of bugs in the game, and that people couldn't even play it in the beginning, and you're paying $60 when it first launched. Granted, for me, I bought it at Black Friday for $25, so, and by the time I already have the game, or heck, by the time, and I'm still playing it as of right now, all the patches, all the patches already in it, so it made the game a bit better. Game, so I still, it's like, what I'm saying is, what was Ubisoft doing? If it's not broken, why fix it? So what am I talking about here? Well, if you've seen a lot of videos about it, especially Backlog Battle, Alex, he did a streaming of Assassin's Creed Unity. A lot of the gameplay change. Yes, you still fight, you still assassinate, but a lot of the new rules now change from what used to be in PS3. One, the main character, Arno Dorian, he doesn't counter, he parries. Second, let's see, yeah, so the fighting for him is kind of a bit suck. A lot of the rules is different now. What else? Well, he can only use one gun, but he also can use a guillotine gun. I never had it yet. And a rifle, but yeah, again, he parry. He can still dodge, other people can dodge, but they remove counter to parry because I get to give you more realistic, which is not good. And the problem with Arno is in the beginning, he's so weak that a guy can hit you with one hit or two hits and you're dead. Because they implement a system called, I guess I called it the diamond system. If you notice, at Arno there is 5 diamonds. And the hint is, it depends how many diamonds you have, it's how much your character is, like, his power level. And you also see the enemy with diamonds. So if you're 1 diamond and you're fighting against a 4 diamond enemy, you're kind of screwed, and 4 hits, you're dead. So there's sort of an RPG element here, because if you have weak armor, and the guy has good armor, good weapon, you're kind of screwed, you're dead. So I guess it pressures you to not explore all of it before, like, you gotta stick with the mission, and then until you get stronger, then you can go out. So I kind of learned that the hard way, because what I did was, the first thing I played the game is trying to do the syncing, the eagle synchronizing the cities. Took me a long time, because every time I meet a bad guy or a soldier, I get hit. Because the parry, in the beginning, he parry sucks, but later on, when you get better weapon and you get better skills, then your parry gets better and better. Oh my gosh. So, unfortunately, the gameplay, they're trying to make it more confusing than ever, so that is unfortunate. Phantom Blade is cool, but I need more blades. Come on. So, lockpicking, really, that's not necessary. And also, two things that's a gripe, and I can agree why. One, microtransaction on a full game. No, siree. Not good. Not cool. Not good at all. Companion app, not good either. Doesn't really work. And the worst case scenario is initiate. Assassin's Creed Initiate. If you wanna get out of the game, especially in Unity, you also need to sign up for Initiate. And the problem right now is Initiate is broken. Nobody can get in. There's something wrong with it. I don't know what they're trying to do. So, so it takes you out of the excitement. And the story wise, well, it's about the French Revolution. If you know your French history, that's it. Because you do, spoiler, you do meet a certain soon to be French emperor. Just saying. So, Unity, I would say wait until it has a markdown. Because buying it for full price, I'm sorry to say, no good. The game has bugs in the beginning. You're putting microtransaction. You're putting a companion app. You integrate it with Initiate, which is broken. That's not a good thing. I mean, they're trying to rectify it by giving free DLC, but still, you gave a beta game to your consumer who paid $60. It's, oh my god, I heard it was so bad in the beginning. Like I said, by the time I got the game, and by the time I already played it, like I played it at January of 2015, all of it was already been fixed, or most of it. So it is. So, of course, what comes with this was Rogue. And if you want to know about my thoughts about Rogue, link's gonna be on the description box. And if it's not, you probably can see it because it's just a bit of videos before this. So my thoughts on Rogue. All I can say is, if you're gonna get a Assassin's Creed game for 2014, or yeah, the 2014 year, Rogue, but a little bit warning for Rogue. Game is short. Yes, if you're not doing the side mission, such as hunting, gang, headquarters, fortress, legendary ship, or whatever, and you're just doing all the sequence, the game is short. And spoiler here, it's less than 7 sequence. That's what I'm gonna say. But however, the ending is good. The story wise, because again, like I said before, it is an Empire or Revenge from the Sith, because it does take place before Connor's timeline. But this game, the ending is so good that what smart thing was, like people did say. Remember, I did say that does it have something to do with Unity? Because to some extent it does. Because remember, in Rogue, you are fighting French soldiers and assassin. And yes, in the end, Shay Cormac, the main character, he's the assassin who became a Templar. He did go to Versailles. And if you've seen the ending, you're gonna notice the setting is the introduction to Unity when Arno was still a kid. There will be one part of the section in the game, and if you can notice in my visual aid picture, that is Arno and Elise as kids. Remember, part of Unity, and spoiler here, is that you do get to play a young Arno trying to understand about the new mechanics of Assassin's Creed Unity. So, and the big spoiler is, in the end, is you'll find out who killed Arno's dad. And you'll find out who is Arno's dad. Because in the beginning of Unity, you don't know who the dad is, it's just Arno's dad. But in the end of Rogue, you do find out who is Arno's dad. So, my question is, in Unity, does Arno fight Shay? From what I heard from people, Shay's not even in the game. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not really, well, let's just say I'm 20% on Unity, and I'm already doing a lot of stuff. I don't know what the heck is going on. This is ridiculous. But, yeah, so I don't know. It'd be awesome. Maybe there'll be a final DLC, Arno versus Old Man Shay. So, anyway, yep. So that's what Rogue is. That's the best part of Rogue. So, those are my thoughts on Assassin's Creed up to 2014. Some are good, some are bad, and I think 2014, because of Unity, Ubisoft was basically like the butt of all jokes. I mean, they did try to rectify with Unity, but hopefully the next Assassin's Creed is not going to be as bad as Unity. And if you really want Assassin's Creed for 2014, get Rogue. Again, they are selling it for $60, and unfortunately, like I said, the game is short. That's a warning. because it is a direct sequel to Black Flag. Because Heatham Kenway does make a return, and he helps Shay basically become a Templar and basically deal with the assassins. Uh, so anyway, so the final question is going to be an Assassin's Creed for 2015, and the answer is yes. Excuse me, most definitely. Assassin's Creed Victory, which is this time, from what I heard, it takes place in the 1800 Victoria, England, and of course, famous people in that timeline: Sherlock Holmes, Watson, Jack the Ripper, Moriarty. Again, we'll just have to wait and see what it is. So, so did Unity ruin the reputation of Assassin's Creed franchise? I don't think so. But like I said, they just probably rushed the game because they needed to make some money and it backfired. So hopefully, in Victory, they'll learn their lesson and we'll just see what happens. So those are my thoughts on Assassin's Creed as of right now. And the next one I'm going to be talking about is the main event of my vlog, which is Nintendo. Everything on Nintendo, from Amiibo, Club Nintendo, the current Nintendo Direct they showed, and their Q3 financial report. Everything's going to be a big one. And if you're a Nintendo fan, you're a hater, it's up to you if you want to listen to it or not. So, but that's going to be next.